like feeling more and getting more confidence, I can
Mm-hmm.
like tackle the other pillars like this one, because I have none of negotiable things like
Mm-hmm.
discussing with clients and trying to close a proposal or that kind of thing. So that's I'm just starting again joining things. And actually, I have a question for Jaime, because I heard him mention. So are you trying to avoid those kind of clients that offer you like a 8 to 5 uh, jobs, or you're considering, because I'm just thinking on how you can like maximize um, your income, if it's better like just uh, grabbing those jobs that are just let's say, I don't know, uh, easy to accomplish, like a few days, and you can grab that money easily, or are you considering anything? How is your way of movement in the upward world? You're talking on mute, Jaime.
Thanks. Yes. So my thinking process right now is to like on one side to maximize the income, but also to have as many options opened as possible for the longest time that I can. So uh, the thing with doing hourly is that if a client demands more time, that time I cannot allocate to more profitable projects. So, what would be ideal for me, and I don't hit that target all of the times, is to have like a fixed price per week project that has a lot of continuity. So I keep, for example, the option to be available Wednesday at 10 a.m., for example. Um, and yes, so I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's like balancing and choosing what actually will give you more income, like you mentioned. So, for example, if you grab a client, right?
Mhm.
So and he will pay you, let's say, 40 bucks, but that client is starting to demand more and more and more. And obviously you will try to um, provide him all those requirements to get that payments and all that stuff, right? But you are uh, losing, let's say, the opportunity to get a other clients that can pay you more. So how actually my question is, how you choose that? Are you willing to or prefer to have a let's say more a long-term clients with fixed price, or long-term clients with a balance payment that you can just, okay, grab this money in the fast way? So that's actually my question, because I think it's not a good or bad answer to that, because it will depend on whatever you want to achieve, but it's just like in your experience and the pain points do you have in the daily basis in Upwork, what did you like choose better than the other one?
Well, again, it depends on your risk aversion. But what I prefer is to have fixed price and to be able to complete whatever they want as fast as I can.
Ah, okay, that,
Yes,
all right.
and something important is that if a client is paying for me to solve an expensive problem, they usually have a lot of them. Even if I deliver what they want successfully and it fulfill all of their business requirements, as Carlos says, business is always contextual. So they need change over time or whatever software they have right now will be a suboptimal solution when they grow. Um, so yeah, I what I am aiming for is to have like the highest paying clients that I can, and to have that to be a relationship that lasts as long as possible and that is beneficial for both of us.
Okay.
So, for example, some clients might require hourly, but also require some overlap during their business hours. So, I have contracts in which I um, just commit to a deadline, but I have the flexibility to do my work late into the night, early into the morning, or whenever it is more convenient for me. So the idea is to, uh, if possible, to have both things, like the flexibility on my time and a high income.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, yeah, great answer, Jaime. Thank you for sharing your experience. Let me react to this as well, guys. Well, first of all, Maria, Daniel, Carlos, hi. How are you doing, guys? It's good to see you. Carlos, it's been a while since we saw you in our upward call. So yeah, it's great to see you. And regarding Paulina's questions, I want to like maybe add to Jaime's answer. So when it comes to hourly and fixed contracts, yes, the fixed contracts give you more freedom on whether you want to work on certain hours or not, and give you much more flexibility on how and when you are doing the project, when you are doing the work. Still, they can ask for an overlap time just to have a call with you, even if it's a fixed price per project. But yes, definitely you have more freedom with fixed prices. And you were saying like $5 to $8 per hour projects that can be like continuous projects. Well, first of all, this can sound like a quick win, and when you're starting on Upwork, you definitely need some quick wins because you're growing your profile. You need some quick contracts. You need to end quickly contracts to have feedback, to get more visibility from the algorithm, because you're like taking work and you're finishing work, and the system thinks that they need to bring you another client. They need to bring you more work so that you are staying in the platform and you are staying engaged. So you need to think also about how the algorithm works, how it brings you visibility, and quick contracts, starting, ending contracts will definitely help you gain more visibility. So yes, combining long-term relationships, the quick wins, fixed and hourly contracts. If you are comfortable with hourly contracts, having in mind that the manual contracts, manual hourly contracts, are not protected. So when you are putting there some manual work, like manually you're writing what you worked on and you're putting time manually, this part is not protected by Upwork. So the client can decline the work and you're not getting paid. But if you are tracking the time by Upwork app, it's going to take the screenshots. Like all the time it's taking screenshots to like have proof that you're working on your client's project, which gives you maybe some frustration. I myself do not like it that my screen is being like taking screenshots all the time. So you need to consider this carefully. But when you are starting on Upwork, you definitely need to be like more flexible, open to opportunities. And by the way, like thinking that the clients that are cheaper, like are willing to pay like less than others, doesn't necessarily mean that are quick wins. Like more often I can see the pattern on Upwork, the clients that pay less, they're more demanding. And even if they're not demanding, you need to be very careful with them. It is you that is responsible for setting clear expectations, because the pattern is there are people who, who just assume that you understand what they want and you're in charge of the whole project, like taking the project from A to Z. You're in charge of understanding their needs, and you are definitely like accountable for setting clear expectations, working with their expectations. And most of the time, it's not very easy to keep them satisfied. And it's the controversial of Upwork. The highest paying clients do not ask many questions. They do not micromanage. So yeah, depending on how much they pay, usually they're less demanding when they pay higher, and they're like much more demanding, and they used to add to the scope something. So you used to have some scope creep with the clients that pay less. So you need to consider this as well in terms of time. So this may sound like a quick win, a quick opportunity, but you need to put like much more time in talking to them, understanding their needs, and working on their expectations. But don't want to like scare you. Just I want you to consider all the parts. And there is a certain like psychology of an Upwork client, and when working with many people on Upwork, you definitely can see some pattern in their behavior. And this is the behavior I see with people paying less. Even they message, how they answer to your proposal, how do they approach you is like totally different. Like high paying clients can be more patient, understanding. You can say like, guys, I'm ill, I cannot work for a week, and they will be like, oh, that's no problem, take your time, recover, etc. And clients who pay less may be like very, not understanding, not accepting anything like personal. So yeah, just discover yourself, the type of your client, and try to have the vision of your ideal client when checking like more and more jobs on Upwork. Because when you do this, like as I always say, like 20 to 30 jobs that sound like a super match to your skills, and the client sounds like a fit, you feel like this job can be mine, like it is like literally written for me. You try to extract the information about your ideal client and decide who I'm going to target, because with your rates and your offer, you're also targeting certain people, right? So every time another person comes visited your profile, they see the rates you work for another person, right? The rates of your like completed project. So you need to also consider this. And one more thing about the rates, with Freelancer Plus subscription, you can make your earnings private. So they do not necessarily see what you've charged previously. So this is another thing to consider, so that you're not afraid to take a project that is paying less if the client is a fit. Okay, if this is still a quality client, they're short on budget, or they are from a country where the incomes are not very high. By the way, I had such clients. They were great people. It's just, like $100 is something very big in their country. It is a price to afford many things. So they were still great people, and I never like hesitated working with them because they really appreciated quality work. Yeah, so yeah, lots of things to consider. I think you will find your own like strategy, and by the time, like along the way, when you are getting more and more clients, and the quality of clients is increasing, you are starting being very choosy, and you start already like with their first message, you can understand if this is your client or not. When the time passes and you are like analyzing all the information from your previous experiences, you can already like filter down the clients you want to work with. Okay, and like having all this information, understanding who is your client, you go and refine your profile so that it speaks to your ideal client. So before they even talk to you, your profile title, the description, your portfolio, they already pre-qualify your clients before they even talk to you. Okay, so instead of them pre-qualifying your proposal and you your profile will start pre-qualifying the clients before they decide to reach out to you. Okay, so I hope this wasn't like too much. You are welcome to react and ask more questions.
No, no, it makes totally sense in all the fronts. I mean, it's like, okay, being crystal clear on all those fronts for, like you mentioned, those clients that are not willing to pay that much, that make those kind of requests or more demanding
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
uh, people. If you are crystal clear from the beginning, from what they expect and what you can offer, that will
Mm-hmm.
avoid future, I don't know, issues maybe
Yeah.
uh, against the other, let's say, high payable clients that doesn't ask too much. They just need the work done and are easily to work with. I
Mm-hmm.
can I can say that I see that kind of things that you're mentioning here. Yeah. So thank you for
Yeah.
sharing.
Awesome. Awesome. So you said you're working quietly. So I want to know, like, in more detail, what are you working on right now? For example, like you're thinking that this part will be ready soon and I will go to the next step. So what are you doing right now exactly?
Yeah, to be honest, when I joined the program, I wasn't. I mentioned it openly, um, completely sure what I was doing, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like a bunch of information for me, and I just tried to digest that and make it like something that I can understand, right? So I start with the outward profile and doing these steps and understanding why I'm doing this or why this is important, and then when I start doing my research and my market research, um,
Mm-hmm.
um, I realized that I had some gaps that I need to work on. So um, that it's been some sort of time consuming, but I don't want it to put it on that words. I mean, it's a learning curve, if I will, getting ready to, for example, I think right now that my Upwork profile is decent. I know that could be better, but I just need to fill the gaps that I identified that I'm actually doesn't have knowledge. Because if those are the pain points that those clients needs to be uh, resolved, I have to be ready somehow, not an expert, but ready to achieve that kind of work because it's the most common thing that all the jobs that I search has. So it's like, okay, if you need to integrate this kind of, let's say, an API with against any other external service, that has to be done, which kind of architecture needs to be in place, and if they don't have it, how you can provide that kind of architecture to be successful on that kind of request for that client. Because I saw some of the jobs are very descriptive. They say what they have, what you need to be done, and others
Mm-hmm.
just a mention two, three, four paragraphs, and that's it. It doesn't have any technical or any other details. So um, that kind of things, just for me, or to feel that I'm just ready, I just need to fill those gaps, and that's what I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
with the hand with Daniel actually.
Okay. So, if I'm getting this correct, are there some like technical parts of the project you want to make sure you're like 100% confident in doing?
Not 100%, because I know that I'm not going to be 100% all the time. But at least I identified that I have zero knowledge on those gaps. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
just getting prepared to understand what it is. If the client mention it, at least I have to have some sort of idea of what they are
Mm-hmm.
requesting, that kind of things. It's what I'm trying to achieve on getting that knowledge. at least have the
Yeah.
basics.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually great. And thanks for sharing about your journey on Upwork. So, yes, you've definitely done your research on the market and you understand the demand. For example, this kind of service comes with this requirements. And I want to make sure at least I have the basic understanding of some parts of it. And I'm confident in like overall in the project, but I want to make sure all the parts are covered by me.
Exactly. Basically,
Okay.
that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That this is perfect. So you started working on your skills based on the market demand. This is how you become more and more competitive for a certain marketplace, which is Upwork. So, which is a great thing to do. And of course, keep us posted. Let us know how we can help in your journey. And of course, like very often we learn and we start working on our skills along the way when we're applying for jobs, when we start conversation with the clients, and we have more opportunity to listen to their needs in more detail. So you can have this when having a conversation with the client because as you said, not many jobs are there like describing what they have and what they will need from you. So there are lots of clients that put there just 3 5 sentences, but they're still great clients. They're just, less talkative in their job post, but they can sound like a great client by checking their client history, right? First of all, if they have a great rating, star rating, like 4.8 plus star rating is a already great rating for a client. And also, if they already hired some freelancers, you can check the hiring history as well. You can check their reviews, how other freelancers reacted about the client's approach, availability, collaboration, and everything. So when looking at job posts that are less worthy, you can still look at the client history and decide if this is a client that I can work with. Okay, so yeah, when you do not see many details in the job description, you definitely go look at the client history. If there is one, of course, that there can be like quite new clients there. So yes, thanks for sharing. That was great to hear.
Thank you.
Hope you keep us posted and we learn about you starting actually sending the proposals.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, perfect. Yes, Maria,
Yeah,
how are you doing? What are you working on?
good. Yeah, I was going to ask question um
Mm-hmm.
based on what Paulino was sharing with us. I think my approach since I started was completely different. I opened my Upwork profile, refined it with your help, and I started sending proposals like from day one. I've been sending and sending and sending, and right now I this week I started sending 2 proposals a day. And
Mm-hmm.
when I see a job posting, obviously there are jobs that are related to what I do and what I can solve. Um, but when I see them, I send a cover letter. Sometimes I don't know like if I can solve the thing at 100%, right? But I believe that as engineers, that's what we do. We don't have to know everything, but we have the skills to be able to solve in the like in the go. Um, so I don't know if that approach is better or is worse, or yeah, I don't know. I was just wanted to get like your thoughts on that because I'm like working on both things, like working on a portfolio and things like that, and
Mm-hmm.
refining everything. But also I've been sending and sending proposals because that's what I want. I want to get clients. I want to start having the experience, and I did. I have my first one, and it was like really exciting. And I now have in my profile like my first review from the client, and it
Mm-hmm.
feels really nice. And when I sent the proposal to that client and he asked me, I was in the meeting with him, and I didn't know at 100% that how I can solve that he wants. I've been working with that, but I didn't know how to solve it exactly. But I was like, no, yeah, I can work on this. This is so easy, but but I had to do like a quick research to be able to like resolve it on the go. Um, but yeah, just wanted to know about your thoughts, Lucy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for sharing this, Maria. Yes, so you started like you're targeting 10 proposals per week, right? Already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, yes, I really like the approach. That sounds like learning along the way. This is something I really like. And I believe I learned more by talking to clients, by understanding their needs, understanding their problems. Uh, I really like this approach. Why? Because practice, like actual practice, gives us more knowledge and more confidence. And I also like solving problems, just like you. But to solve the problem, you need to understand the problem. I think this is the hardest part. So this is the part that you handled excellent in an excellent way, Maria. Like remembering your post about this client. So you were there to understand the actual problem, and then once you know the problem, you can find a solution by doing the research. Maybe using the AI tools. But first, you need to know the problem, which you obviously did. So, yes, if you are a person who can understand the problem along the way, who can like listen carefully to your client's needs, and you are genuinely caring and you are there to help them, I believe professionals like you, and you are not just you're not just task doers. You are problem solvers and you are technical professionals. You are probably great at mathematics. So yeah, I think you can find solutions along the way. And yeah, that's a great thing to do. Of course, you're spending some money on the connects, like experimenting while paying for the connects. But we need to understand that this is an investment, and trying and testing different things and gathering data out of it requires a little more investment, and we're doing that, all of us doing that, if we want to gain like little real experiences and real data from the market. So yeah, that's a great thing to do. Jonathan, you had a question, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to share a bit of my experience. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I come from data analytics, and I've been in teams like from data engineering, data integration, and analysis. I have experience with being as an employee, right? And usually, when they are employee contracts, they list all the abilities you require for the role. But I've seen that in Upwork, it's a little bit different. It's more focused on problems, right? And I've seen that, for example, in terms of the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
um, the problems are a bit more complex for the people who post those. And there are other kind of clients that don't are not aware of cloud solutions, but they might require some integration solution. And also, something that I've seen recently is that there are some clients that don't want to work with agencies. Also, to give you some context, I have my own agency and I have some engineers working with me. So I just wondering, like, how is the best way to approach? I have my personal account from Upwork, but for
Mm-hmm.
some projects I may use help from other engineers. I don't know if the right approach. I just talked to Daniel before was to promote myself as my profile, and then ask engineers to help me and be clear with the client.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
there are
yeah,
some
that's a great
methods.
question. Yeah, so to sum up, you can cover the majority of the service, right? And there is one part of the service you would like to delegate to anyone else. Is this correct?
Yeah, well, there are some services I can do myself. There are some others that some people can do for me, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe two persons, right?
Yes.
And I already talked to them, and there's an agreement with us, right? So we've
Yeah.
worked together before. Yeah.
Got it. So that's a common practice on Upwork when there is one profile, one individual profile, someone using their face, which is quite often the agency owner, and there is a whole team working under this profile. But there is one person in the communication, in the sales process, in everything. There is one person, this person whose name is there, whose profile photo is there, and under him is working an entire team. What you need to do in this situation, either you are a project manager in the project, so you're handling the communication with the client, and also no matter what is doing the work, you are the one to ensure the quality, you are the one to ensure the consistency, right? Whatever you communicate with the client, like setting expectations, working on expectations, you are the one who is accountable for transferring the expectations to the person or people who are doing the work. You are the one to check the final delivery to make sure that it is like 100% aligned to client requirements. And many people are doing this for years successfully. Even I can tell you, on one profile, they're working several people, like one person doing the sales, like reaching out, sending proposals, handling sales calls. One person is keeping the communication with the client after the contract has started. Okay, so
Okay.
like talking to the client, understanding requirements, and transferring the requirements to the service team, the team who is actually doing the work. And we call them account managers, the people who actually handle the client, the contract, once there is a contract that started. Okay, so they
Okay.
transfer the work to the service team, and whenever a client has a question regarding the service, they transfer it to service people, get back the answer, and they make sure the delivery is aligned with the client requirements. But this can be done like if you are the one who want to work on the profile, on the sales, and keeping the communication, you're going to be the salesperson, like bring clients, and also the project manager who ensures the consistency in the quality of work. So to sum up, on Upwork, people come more for individuals. They want someone to take the project from A to Z. They want to make sure they're talking to one person and this person is going to do the work himself. Okay. But you need to act like a real great project manager to ensure consistency in everything, because you need to sound like one person and you want to deliver like one person. All the parts of the delivery, not just the work promised, the deliverables promised. Like everything is a delivery. Clear communication, professionalism, everything is a delivery, and you need to be consistent in everything. So if you want to do this, that's actually it's a common practice. It's working pretty well, like handling a whole team with one Upwork profile. But there is like sometimes there is a communication gap, and sometimes with the one profile people cannot sound like one person. So delegation is great and you can definitely handle it on Upwork. Just you need to like put extra effort to make like everything aligned. Was that an answer to your question?
Yeah. Great answer. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you as well. So please share more, Jonathan. What are you working right now on Upwork?
Um, I'm just working on my market research.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the video on the Upwork class for market research. Carlos commented that we required to have 33 different job posts on Upwork to mm, be confident on our analysis, and I am about in the 26th one. There are more in-depth analysis I may require, but I'm just first gathering everything, taking quick notes, and then making a in-depth analysis. Um, I, as I already told you, I have some other engineers that have worked with me and have helped me
Mhm.
with some demos.
Sony, no, 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 no. Allá no.
Um, and I know what they can deliver and what are their abilities.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
they're aligned on that. Just the thing with them is they require to improve their English. So I am also offering to help them improve them. Maybe
Mhm.
I'm gonna give them some classes of English, but I just need them to be aligned. Maybe someday they're gonna be proficient enough to get requirements on English and create all the stuff that is required. But for now, I am like in the intermediate.
Mhm. Okay. Uh, okay. So I want to ask: are you the one who is going to handle the profile, or you want to also delegate the profile, not only the work?
No, maybe I would delegate the profile, but that for later. No, I'm not right now. Right now, I'm
Mhm.
on the work of getting job posts and try to
Mhm.
get some jobs.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, that's actually the right thing to do, because when you're starting on the platform, you need to learn about your client yourself. Okay, maybe in the future you will hire a sales professional to handle the sales calls or to send the proposals. But when you're just starting, you need to talk to your client yourself to understand their needs, to understand what they're looking for, and to understand what kind of values you can bring to the table, right? To
Correct.
solve their painful problems. So, yes, when you are starting on the platform, you need to do everything yourself, literally everything yourself,
Mhm.
to start learning about the psychology of the client, to start learning about the platform itself, because it's not only like noticed, being noticed by the client and like everything is about the client. No, some part is dependent on the algorithm, right? So you need to learn about the system so that you make the algorithm help you to make you more visible, right, to the client. And then when you are visible, you're handling the client. But first, you need to make the algorithm help you be more visible. So what I'm saying is, yeah, when you are starting, do everything yourself. Learn about the client, specifically Upwork client, their psychology, the way they communicate, and the system, the algorithm.
Okay.
Okay. Um, okay, guys, we have 17 more minutes. So you're welcome to ask more questions or share your experiences. Yes, Daniel?
Yes. What do you mean by algorithm that you mentioned?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Upwork itself is a huge search engine like Google, Bing, Yahoo. And in every search engine, there is an algorithm working there, right? When you are searching something, you see search results. And there are certain ways that the algorithm brings the search results. But unlike other search engines like Google, etc., the Upwork is doing like different matching functions. So we have the search bar, we have the proposals list. When you are sending the proposals, there is a list of proposals, and clients see your profile to the top, to the bottom, in the middle. It can be marked like best match. It is a badge which is called best match, or you can stay invisible. So there are several parts of Upwork that algorithm is doing matching. One part is the search bar and the search results. One part is the proposals list. And the other part is when the client posts a job, there is a section opening which is saying invite freelancers, and there's a list of freelancers. Okay, so when you're making sure that the profile is optimized and you're clearly targeting your ideal client with your profile, with the right keywords, with the right portfolio, like the keyword optimization and everything, your like clear positioning, helping the algorithm understand who you help with your services, you have the better matching quality. So in terms of speaking about the optimization, we are working on matching quality of the algorithm. And the algorithm's job is to match you or your profile or your proposal to your target client's job post or your target client's search. Okay? Does this make sense, guys? Okay. All right. Yeah. So there's a huge algorithm which is not going to be revealed like 100%. Never. I think never. It's going to be revealed. So why it is so different? Because you're trying to understand the algorithm and how it's working with practice. Okay, you're finding the keywords and you're testing the keywords. Okay, let me use this main keywords. Let me put it here, here, and here. There was a time we were doing like keyword stuffing. It was working. Like for example, if my main keyword is, for example, cloud engineering, let me put this cloud engineering like different places on my profile and use it like 100 times, and it was working. So whenever the algorithm was saying like this term like 100 times in different profile parts, it was bringing this profile up for this certain keyword. But right now, the algorithm is getting more and more clever. So when speaking about the optimization, the keyword stuffing is not going to work anymore. So what is working now is strategic optimization. You can use the keyword, your main keyword, 2-3 times in the description, and you can use it strategically, and you can still be a best match for the job post you are like sending a proposal. Why? Because the AI, the UpWorks Mindful AI, is literally reading your description. It's reading your proposal. So it's not just, counting the number of words there, the keywords there. It is reading your description. So it is matching your strategy with what your client is looking for. So right now on UpWork, the principle is strategy first. Decide who you are targeting with your profile, who is your ideal client, what they're looking for, what are the pain points that you want to solve. Put together all this in your profile and then choose the right keywords. And do not do the guesswork. Just go look for jobs on the market that you find a super match to the services you want to sell with your UpWork profile. Just find 20 to 30 job posts and extract the data, extract your title keywords, description keywords, the 15 skill tags on your UpWork profile, everything extract from the data, and AI tools will help you very well in this. Just copy paste the information to AI tools and they will give you your main keywords. Okay, so put the strategy first and then understand what language does your ideal client talk. Use their exact wording. So I'm working with professionals and I'm working on their profile optimization. So sometimes what I see is that they use some fancy words and they just want to sound like super. They want to sound like different. And being different is great. But what you need to know that if you are using phrasing that no one is using when posting a job, then you have like very, very little chances of being discovered. Okay? And regarding the keywords, I just remember I want to show you something, guys. Okay, here we have the search bar, right? So with this search bar is very helpful. Why? Because it is showing the words, the keywords that are used the most for the search on Upwork. So if I type a word here, I will see a different variations of this word, and I will see what exact phrases are used there for certain services. For example, let's go with AWS. Okay, so here we see, okay, AWS DevOps, AWS Architect, Lambda, Python, Developer. So these are, guys, basically the most demanded services, the specialties or skills related to AWS. Okay? And if you are thinking like how to put together a profile title, this can be like very helpful. You can see here a specialty like AWS developer. So this term is like very demanded. Many people search for this term. So if you use this one, you already won. Okay? So AWS comes with Python. So we can clearly see the programming language that is very demanded along with the AWS services. AWS Architect, another specialty phrasing, okay? AWS DevOps, another specialty or a deliverable, okay? So this is a very useful tool because we do not have any like keyword research tool for Upwork. And I've so far I cannot see any like automated tool, any AI tool for this. So besides the manual search, besides the data you can extract from the job post, from the Supermatch job post, you can always check the search bar. Okay, now we can go with, let's say, cloud engineer, or let's type cloud. Okay, so it comes cloud engineer, Salesforce Marketing Cloud, Cloudflare, Google Cloud Platform, Cloud, and iCloud. Okay, so Maria, you can definitely see here, right? Google Cloud Platform is very demanded service, like many searches on that term. So like thinking of, should I put there like GCP or Google Cloud Platform? Because this one is also demanded. Maybe you need to have like GCP and also Google Cloud Platform, like in your profile description, like 2 times GCP and 2 times Google Cloud Platform, because these are variations of the same term. And let's also try the GCP. Okay, yeah, it is there. So GCP Architect, GCP DevOps, GCP Terraform. This one is also your specialization, right? The Terraform. Okay. Okay.
Yes, correct.
Here we go. Yeah. All the data here. And you're not guessing anymore if you're doing it right, if you're targeting the right keywords. You can clearly see that these are demanded because there is enough search for these terms for the search bar to show them. Okay? And any freelance platform work like this. You can always use the search bar to understand the most demanded services, the most searched phrases. And all the search bar is the same for, like, if you put here talent, if you put here projects, everything the same. You will find the most searched terms here. Okay, does this make sense, guys? Are you going to use this in your profile optimization?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. Is there anyone that wants us to review their profile?
Jonathan.
Me. Do you want me to share the link?
Yes, please. Or you can open your profile yourself and share the screen.
Sure.
So, Jonathan,
I-
walk us through what's the market research that you've been going through? What's the audience that you're trying to connect so we can have full context? And what have you done so we can give you a more, but Lucille can give you more feedback, okay?
okay. Okay. Let me show you.
Mhm.
This is my current market research. Can you see an Excel?
Yes, yes, we can.
Yeah. In the description,
Mhm.
for example, they are looking for analytics projects, web analytics dashboards, accounting dashboards.
That,
Uh,
sorry, that
yeah,
market research is from job search or
yeah,
profiles.
yeah.
Okay.
Job search. I divided the categories in data engineering, data analysis, and integral projects.
Mhm.
And I put some notation of what technologies they require. And sometimes the description, depending on if the title is not specific, right? So, well,
Okay. Can you please go a little up?
yeah.
I mean, in the research doc. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Okay. I want to see the categories. So it's mainly data engineering, right?
It's data
Engineering,
engineering,
data analytics.
analytics.
Okay.
Uh,
Data science. Yeah, but
yeah,
mainly data engineering and data analytics. Okay. Now please go back to your profile.
yeah, sure. This is my profile.
Okay. All right. So I want to say something about the specializations when
Mhm.
you decide on creating specialized profiles. So there are not many job posts in your file, but you can already see the pattern there regarding the category, the service category that your client chooses when posting a job, right? So definitely when thinking about the specialized profiles, thinking of, okay, what category should I select? You can already see that it's data engineering and data analytics.
Okay.
So there is no guesswork, right? You can see from the data and the pattern is always there. So whatever specialty I checked on Upwork, there is usually like 60% or plus one.
Oh, I think, are you guys hearing Lucine?
No, but I think it was me. I thought it was me.
No, yeah, she's muted.
But she's there.
Can you hear
Lucine?
me now, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, I think my microphone died. Hold on a sec.
no problem.
Okay, so I was speaking about the specialized profiles and choosing the specialization.
Mhm.
Okay, you didn't hear me from there. Okay, so I was saying that in your file, even though you don't have like many job posts there, but from the
Mhm.
job categories, you can already see that there are two main categories that are
Mhm.
selected by your clients, which are data engineering and data analytics, right?
Yeah.
When thinking about creating specialized profiles and you want to decide what kind of category should I select, there is no guesswork, right? You already
Okay.
can pattern. So whatever
Yeah.
specialty, whatever research I've done on Upwork, and I've done it for like different professionals, I can see a clear pattern. Like there is one category, like 60% or more times selected by the clients, and there is the second category, 30% selected, and there can be like 1% other categories, but there is this pattern like 60% one category, which is going to be your main category, and the
Mhm.
second one 30% of the time selected. So in your case we can say like 60% is going to be data engineering and 30% data analytics. So
Yes.
again, no guesswork when you start
Mhm.
like specializations.
Right.
Okay. Okay, now let's go and see the description. Yeah, I think we worked on the
Yeah,
description.
I think I tagged you like a week
Yeah,
or two ago. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's okay. We can still discuss it. So the starting sentence, we call it a hook.
Mhm.
So it's clearly talking to a client pain point, the scattered data, reporting taking too long, decisions rely on gut feeling instead of facts. Uh, okay, the continuation, you are speaking about the specific companies, like these are small to medium companies, I guess, and you eliminate manual reporting, build scalable data infrastructure so you get reliable real time insights, and you're giving a specific timeline, which is super great. So, specific client, a small to medium business employing 50 to 30, 300 people, and you are helping them by eliminating manual reporting, and then you are giving a specific timeline. These all are great. And why you should work with me section, you get a partner, which I like very much. I like when people position themselves as a partner rather than a task doer who bridges the gap between business and engineering. And these gaps are like real because these are like business people, right?
Mhm.
And most of the time, these are business owners who are posting the jobs, right? So they
Right.
want someone who can understand the business and engineering equally and fill in this gap. So another great point. I like it very much. Okay, how you benefit, and you're speaking about the deliverables. Okay, technical project management. This is also great. Common challenges I help you solve. Yeah, so here you have specific challenges with specific numbers, which is also great. And then the tech stack, yeah, important part in technical projects because people used to mention the tech stack in requirements. And who gets the best results, like more information, who are these services for, and then typical timeline and outcome. Again, numbers, specific numbers. And then call to action, drop me a message to talk about how your team can have reliable dashboards and smarter insights in just a few weeks. Again, lots of clarity. You really may sound like an obvious choice with your profile description, so it is great. Everything is great. Please go to portfolio. Okay, you have one here, unification from units across. Okay, data architect. Okay, this is great. All the skill types are there. The description is specific. The role is there. Using your one of your target keywords. The title already says about the project, and you have a very good visualization, a great screenshot there. So yes, this item looks great. I hope you're already working on adding 2 3 more portfolio items there.
Yes, I already have them. Just have to write the description and put the screenshots.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, please go down to see what is there. Okay, the skills. Okay, testimonials are pending. All right. Okay, and then the employment history. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think it looks great. Once you receive the testimonials and you add the portfolio items, your profile already will be like solid profile to start with sending proposals.
Okay. Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, guys. If any more other questions are there, you're welcome to ask. And if we are good, we can finish for today. You have a great day, guys, and I'll see you in a week.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Thank
Lucy.
you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Lucy and
Thank
team. Have a nice
Thank
one.
you.
Bye bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.